Hi, this is Alfawzia Nihar from At Home Tuition. Welcome to our session today. In today's video, let us discuss synthetic long division. In our previous session, we discussed polynomial long division. Synthetic division is another way to divide a polynomial by a binomial. For example, the binomial would look like x minus c, where c is a constant. Okay, let me take few examples and explain you step by step. Let me write the question on the board. Hope you see the question. Actually, the question is asking us to divide it. Divide the numerator by the denominator. Since this is a polynomial, we could either divide it by polynomial long division or synthetic division. If the direction asks you to do synthetic division, we can proceed the way that we are going to do on the board. As a first step, we just have to set up the problem. Set the denominator equal to 0 to find the number that we have to put in the division box. Okay, by setting this equal to 0, adding 2 on both the sides, you'll be getting x equal to 2. Can you follow so far? Okay. Now, next let us make sure the numerator is written in descending order. I have said you the same thing while we are dealing with polynomial long division too. You just have to make sure that the numerator is written in descending order or not. If any terms are missing, you must use a 0 to fill in the missing term. Finally, list only the coefficients in the division problem. Okay, let me write it on the board. Let me now list out all the coefficients. 2, -5, 3 and 7, and the number is 2. This is the number I'm writing. Okay, we have set up the problem correctly. Once the problem is set up correctly, bring the leading coefficient, that is the first number 2, straight down. We need not do any calculation here. We are just bringing it down. Now, let us multiply the number in the division box with the number we brought down. And let us put the result in the next column. Okay. 2 times 2 would be 4. Now let's add the two numbers together and write the result in the bottom of the row. -5 plus 4 will give you -1. Now we are going to repeat the same thing again. Multiply the number in the division box with the number that you brought down and put the result in the next column. Okay, we are going to multiply it. -1 times 2. And again adding 3 plus 2 will give you 5. We are just going to repeat the same set of steps again and again until we get a remainder. By adding the two numbers together, we got the result. Okay, -1 times this will give you -2. So the result would be just 1. Now multiply the number. 1 times 2 will give you 2. And by adding these two, I get 9. We don't have any other number here, so this should be our remainder. This is how we perform synthetic long division. Now let me explain you how to proceed it further. Hope you remember the format that I have given you in few of my previous videos. The answer format is the quotient plus remainder divided by divisor. Our quotient is this part. This is just the coefficients. You have to write with using the variables. Okay. In our question, the question started with x raised to 3. Since we have performed division, you have to reduce it. First one is the coefficient of x square, a positive one. So I'm writing it 2. And second one is a -1. So it should be the coefficient of x. -1x is nothing but -x. And this one is a constant, a positive one. And your remainder is 9. And what is your divisor? The question. X minus 2. Let us just plug in all these in this format. This is our quotient. Our remainder is a positive one, so there will be no change with the sign in between. Our divisor is x minus 2. That's it for this problem. The final answer is made up of the numbers in the bottom row with the last number being the remainder. Okay, the remainder must be written as a fraction. The variables or x start off 1 power less than the original denominator and go down 1 with each term. Hope you're clear with this example. Okay, let me take one more example and explain you step by step. Yeah, I have taken a second example question. To set up the problem, first let us set the denominator equal to 0 so that we could find the number to put in the division box. So set the denominator equal to 0. Subtracting 3, we will get x value. Hope you are clear till this step. Now let us make sure the numerator is written in descending order. Okay, let me have a look over the question again. Please look at the numerator. The numbers are not arranged in descending order. 3 is the greatest exponent, so it should come at first. So this could be written as 2x cube and x square and x. We don't have any x term, so I'm just writing 0x and 9 is the constant. Now it will be easy for you to take the coefficients in order. Coefficients are 2, 5, 0 and 9. Let me write the same thing here. Okay, we have just listed only the coefficients in the division problem. Now let us start with synthetic long division. We have to bring the leading coefficient, that is the first number, straight down once the problem is set up correctly. Okay, now let us bring down this 2. Now let me multiply the number in the division box with the number that I have brought down, and I'm going to put the result in the next column. Okay, so 2 times negative 3 will give you negative 6. Now add the two numbers together and write the result in the bottom of the row. So 5 plus negative 6 will give you negative 1, because when you get two numbers with different signs, you just have to perform subtraction and keep the larger number sign in your answer. When compared to 5 and 6, 6 is the larger one and it has a negative sign before it. So I'm going to write a negative sign. So 5 minus 6 is negative 1. Now multiply the number in division box with the number that I have brought down. The number here is negative 1, and I am going to multiply these two and write the result in the next column. Okay, negative 1 times negative 3. Negative times negative will give you positive. So 3 times 1 is positive 3. Now perform addition. 0 plus 3 will give you 3. By adding the two numbers together, you have to write the result in bottom of the row. For all the long division problems, we will be repeating few simple steps again and again. The order will be the same. Now let us multiply the number in division box with the number we brought down, and we are going to write the result in the next column. Negative 3 times 3 will give you negative 9. As usual, we are going to just add it. So what would be the remainder? Yes, 0. Now let us write the final answer. Final answer is made up of the numbers in the bottom row, with the last number being the remainder, and a remainder must be written as a fraction, like remainder over divisor, as I have shown the format in our previous example. Okay, now the variables, that is, it should start from x. So you have to start off 1 power less than the original denominator. In original denominator we see x cube, so 1 power less is x square. So this would be 2x square minus x plus 3. This is the format. Let me write the quotient here. Our remainder here is 0 and the remainder is x plus 3. We know that 0 over any term or number will give you 0. So the fraction will get vanished. This is the final answer for this problem. Hope you're clear with synthetic long division now. When compared to polynomial long division, synthetic long division is a faster one. You will get the answer quicker when compared to polynomial long division. This is a very straightforward method and a smooth method when compared to polynomial long division. Hope you're clear with this concept. Okay.